I wish I had some wood, maybe a log, an old box cutter and a sheet. I'm building you a present you couldn't buy, something perfect and complete. And now I have to wonder where it ends, what I'm going to deliver.
So today we're framing up the last wall. We're about to go out and assemble all of them together, and because these walls were built in the 3D modeling program Google SketchUp, which is free, by the way. It's a 3D modeling program where we built all of the components of our house, and now I know exactly how long everything is. My colleagues, which are my family members, the men in my family, didn't understand exactly how that worked. They wanted to measure everything out on the driveway, which is full of acorns, and this cement that I'm standing on is not actually perfectly level, so that turned into a nightmare. And I just said, you know what, can we just trust the computer program that I have been working on for a year? So we finally did that, and everything has worked out beautifully. So you don't need to necessarily field measure if you've got everything really planned out well in a program like that, which again is free. We were going to attach all of these hurricane straps, the strong ties, to the top and to the bottom, and each of them takes about 10 nails. That's a lot of work if you're just hammering one at a time. So we bought all the individual nails, and then my uncle brought over his air gun, and that was way easier. So we're right now in the process of trying to find out where we can get these. By the way, be careful if you buy stuff online at discounts or off Craigslist or whatever. You'll generally be getting something that's not conventional. So you can't just run to Home Depot and get some extras, because now we're having a hard time finding exactly where we get these particular nails, because we got this gun off of somebody who got it off of Craigslist or off of the internet. So we've got everything set up here. We're building it all on the ground, which is the way that you generally do it. We're tacking everything with one of these 3-inch nails through the top plate and the bottom plate. And then we're gonna come along with the hurricane straps and tie everything together. And that should make it really strong, especially for the fact that we're gonna add plywood on the outside and plywood on the inside later. So it's gonna make it a really, really strong structure. It'll be able to withstand that hurricane and an earthquake at the same time as we take this thing around the country on the Proof is Possible tour. So next step is we're gonna set these things up.
I wanna build a lover in a velvet way, a gleaming coiffed technology. I wanna be an epic, it's not a lie, spill it on a plasma screen. I'll have a robot drive you to where it ends, where I'm going to deliver. Time will come when you unwrap the box.
So they say that your brain is not fully formed until you're 25. I made this chair when I was 20. and clearly my brain was not fully formed. I call it the baby deer because it looks like it doesn't really know how to stand up yet. So this was my first work of carpentry, and this proves that I am actually a grown-up and my brain has solidified. So we did all of this without an architect. We had architects consulting, and it is very important to have somebody who is an expert in all of the different things that you're doing. And clearly, we're experts in some very specific things, but we're not experts in all of the things that go into building a tiny house. So we recommend to all of our tiny house colleagues who are also building their own homes to have somebody that you can call on who knows all kinds of stuff like code requirements and blah, 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 all the structural engineering stuff that you need to know.
And I would say also listen to your wife sometimes.
Happy wife, happy life. It's true.
Even if you think she doesn't have a whole lot of construction experience or whatever, maybe she built a few sets in her day, and maybe she knows the power of a good nail gun, or something like that. So
our nail gun, by the way, ran out today. We ran out of nails, and we didn't, just like I warned you, we couldn't find the exact nails, exactly what we said was going to happen. So we had to install all of these strong tie things, and you can see some of them here and here by hand with a hammer. It was not as bad as we thought it was going to be. So we
just
had a couple
for one
people.
wall.
Yeah, just one wall. But I mean, there's only 4 walls in here, so you could have done it. Anyway, so what we've got here is all 24-inch on center is what it's called. That means that every 24 inches there's a new stud. And sometimes you can't do it right on every 24. You have to do a little bit shorter, like for example around the door, around windows, things like that. So there's things called headers, there's things called sills, there's things called cripples and jack studs and king studs, and you need to know all that stuff before you really design your own. One of the things that we did in prep for this was go to the Tiny Home Builders Workshop, where you spend 3 days building part of a house, and you kind of learn about all that stuff. So that workshop was where we solidified all of this framing detail, and honestly, it was changing up to the last minute. Yesterday morning when we started building these walls, I was still writing out all of the lengths and everything for our team so that we would know exactly what was going on and how long everything needed to be and all that stuff. So it actually came together really well, and now that we've got the walls on top of the trailer, it looks a lot more proportional, and the trailer doesn't look as long, and it looks way taller.
Yeah. So for those of you who are curious, this is actually 8'2",
8'2" at the outside edges.
Right. And then from front to back, we are looking at 24 feet.
Exactly. So we've got the subfloor air sealed with this very beautiful tape that's from Germany. It's called Proclima Tescon Profil, and that is air sealing everything. We're going to now move on to the sheathing. We're going to have to obviously build the roof, so that's going to get sheathed, and then we're going to put the weather barrier all over everything, and that is going to be beautiful. We're really excited to show you that. Mm-hmm. So please do remember to keep tuning in, and if you want to just be notified automatically, subscribe to our channel. That's super easy, and it helps us because it really helps with our message to know exactly how many people are watching our videos. So please do subscribe. Please tune in for the Proof is Possible tour and the rest of our U.S. tour that starts in 19 cities. Starts out in St. Augustine in 2016.
Yep. Oldest city in the country.
Exactly. And we're going to the capital of the nation. We're going to all the big cities. It's going to be awesome. So please do stay tuned in the videos and come see us when we come to your town. Thanks a lot for watching.
Bye.
So